Hi my lovelies, welcome back to another video. It has been a little minute since I posted, but I just feel like I was just going through some building fatigue and I really wasn't sure what to build and where to start. But I have committed again to my London Inspired City, so that's what I'm working on today. This is quite a short video. I kind of just sped through all of the clips. This took me 2 days to finish, which honestly, if you know me as a slow builder, that is super quick. So the idea for this build initially was for it to be a charity shop. If you're from the UK, you know that we have a lot of charity shops, and basically they specialize in selling secondhand things and just anything that you wanted to give away to someone else that's less fortunate, you can send to the charity shop. So that's initially the idea I had for this build, but you'll see that it sort of evolves into something very different by the end of the video. I used the brand new doors and windows from the recent update. I absolutely love them. They came out so cute, and I'm just figuring out now how to kind of add more depth to the building. I wanted to add a sign on top, but I didn't want to just put it on a decal and just place it like randomly around the building. So I made sure to use basic shapes to create kind of like a signpost, sign header type of situation, which I thought came out really nicely. I've been experimenting a lot more recently with basic shapes and structurals, and they really do help to enhance like your custom furniture. So I would definitely encourage that. And if you don't know where to start, YouTube, TikTok, they've got 1,000,001 tutorials. Moving inside, I wanted to make sure that I had enough space for storage, so I used these insets to kind of offer another space, because I knew I wanted to have clothing in here, but I didn't have enough space to do like an entire clothes section on the floor, so I knew that that was going to have to be up on the wall. And then of course every shop window always has a mannequin stand at the front, so I just built a little stand for that as well. And all of my inspo for this build came from Pinterest, so if you guys want me to share some links to my Pinterest board or pin some of the inspos that I use for this particular build, just let me know down in the comments below. But as you can see, I'm putting up the clothing on the shelves. Now this did poke through to the other side of the wall, so just be warned, if you do this method, it is going to show on the other side. As you can see, a lot of time has passed. I ended up building a lot off camera. I'm really sorry I did not record that, but as you can see, I've put a lot of sort of little knickknacks. We've got clothes, we've got cups, we've got bowls, we've got shoes, we've got bags. And I think around this stage I had decided that I wanted to go with more of a gift shop vibe and have the store to be more of somewhere you would shop for gifts, presents, and etc. A big part of my builds these days is I really want them to be functional, so I wanted there to be enough things on the shelves that were actually in game and you could interact with. I know I definitely could have made this a lot more detailed with like custom things and decals, but I wanted it to be very in-game playable and like for me to be able to come in and role play with this shop. So that was my thinking behind using all of the in-game items. All of my decals in the shop, so the postcards and the birthday cards, those were all from the in-game search bar. So if you go to decals, you'll see like you can search for free images. They all came from there. I'm not gonna lie though, Roblox, I need you to step off a little bit with your strictness, because I love uploading my own decals, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I have been suffering with wanting to upload some of the decals that I like I recently tried to upload a decal of a girl drinking wine. Roblox said no thank you because it features alcohol. I mean, I get it, it's a kids game, but like, you know, free me. Anyway, as you saw, I had some big struggle with the lighting in this place. I've realized that the lighting in build mode and the lighting in live mode, or like when you're out of build mode, is very different. So I was stressing so much. I ended up going with these frame lights, which I think turned out super cute, but when you come out of build mode, it looks 100,000,001 times better, which you will see in the tour. Also, you can see that I've removed quite a bit of clutter from this shop. I've kind of simplified the design a lot now, because I felt like it was very much so too busy before, and I think this look is a bit more cleaner, it's a little bit more sleek, and it kind of gives that polished gift shop look that I was going for. Now for the outside, we are going into some more custom stuff with these flower boxes outside the window. This was something that was very common on all the inspo pics that I saw, so I was like, I just have to include it. Again, this is something I really could have used decals to do, but I was like, why would I use decals when I can go and support the brand new flower shop in town? So yes, I did several trips to the flower shop to get as much as I needed to create these flower boxes. I had 2 along the bottom, and I had a big crown across the top of the build, which I thought looked really pretty, and I'm so glad with how they came out. I think they suit the color scheme really well as well. And for me to do this, I literally just placed them on a structural and then transformed the structural into the shape that I wanted. So in case you want to replicate something similar, that's how I did it. These mannequins, girl, let me tell you, it took me forever to find inspiration for these. Barely anybody posts mannequin tutorials. If you know anyone that's got some, let me know, because I had one picture I was going off on Pinterest, but shout out to that person because they really did help me. And this came out so cute. Honestly, I think this outfit suits the vibe. All in all though, I am really happy with how this build came out. I don't do commercial buildings that's often, so that's why I'm really excited to continue working on my city. I do definitely want to have more house builds on my channel, but you know, I'm just a tiny house girly, so I really should have more, considering the fact that I do not build anything that's big. So there's no excuse for me, really. Anyway, I had to remove the front window to do this rest of this mannequin because the front of that skirt, it was impossible to get to it through the window. So if you're wondering where the door is, that's why the door is no longer in place right now. The design for this mannequin came off the top of my head, guys. It's very simple, a bunch of basic shapes. If you want to replicate it, I'm sure you can see exactly how I just did it here. Well, I'm basically done with my yapping for now. The tour is coming up. I hope you guys love it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Roman numeral 7 days, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I take it jeans and make them multiply. If this world was mine, I take it enemies in front of God. Introduce them to that light. Hit them strictly with the five. Hey, Roman numeral 7 days, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I take it jeans and make them multiply. If this world was mine, I take it enemies in front of God. Introduce them to that light. Hit them strictly with the five. It's a vibe. Do your dance, let them watch. She a fan, he a flop. They just wanna kumbaya, nah.
This world, concrete, how it go. Heartache, she only do what she know. Weekends, get it poppin' on the low. Get it, they coming for sure.